Hello, accountability buddies. This is Les with another episode of Less is More Healthy, coming to you as I run some errands. I am almost back home, actually. I've shot this a couple of times, and I've been getting pretty rambly as I explain what I'm doing today. So, today I'm taking a day off from the bike. I've ridden every day for the last couple of days. And I think so. Yesterday I did almost 18 miles, and I have found that when I do that many miles on top of several other days of riding, that my body just needs some time off from the bike. And I think that's something that I've got to remind myself of on the regular, is to not overdo it. I do tend to be the type of person that is, once I get into something, I want to do it all the time. And I think I've been like that with the bike. So I'm realizing right now, and this is also something that happened in part from the hike or walk we took on the rail trail up in Maine, that I need to also sprinkle in to my exercise routine some regular hiking and walking. I was walking on the regular, and I kind of stopped walking so much once I started riding my bike. So today, instead of riding my bike, I'm going to go for a walk. I am going to get some exercise in. Um, so we're gonna go for a walk. We're gonna hit up the farmers market, buy some locally grown healthy food, hopefully, and yeah. So it's gonna be a good day like that. So uh, the reason I think I'm feeling pretty beaten up. So I did almost 18 miles yesterday. The day before I did 16 and a half, and then, or no, not the days. The day before I did 6.5, and the day before that I did something like 13. Yeah, it was 13, 6.5, and then 17, almost 18 miles. So it's a lot of miles in a few days. And yesterday, when I was riding around the park, there's this park that I'd never been to, and I was riding some of what looked like hiking trails around it, some, footpaths. And I rode up a rock, which was questionable with my tires. I didn't know if I was going to make it up or slip or whatnot. Made it up, and then I decided to ride it down. There wasn't a good track to ride it down, and the brake cable popped out, and I almost went right over the front handlebars. Could have been really hurt. And what happened is I didn't have the cable stop in the brake lever turned properly, so it loosened when I really clamped down on the brake. For regular braking, everyday braking, it was fine. But when I really clamped down on that brake, it did not like it, and it loosened and popped right out of there. And then on the rear end of the bike, it popped out of that too, and it actually bent the connection between the bike cable and the brake itself. So I got to figure out if that's still safe to ride. I might need to replace those brakes on the back end of the bike, which is fine. That's something I've definitely been thinking about when it comes to that bike anyway, is upgrading the cantilever brakes. So that's a whole thing. And fortunately, I wasn't hurt. It just sort of like I felt myself starting to go over the front of the bike, and I just ditched the bike and let it fall, which kind of knocked some stuff out of alignment. I was really happy I had my toolkit with me, because it would have been a sketchy ride home if I hadn't had my toolkit. So that is part of my errands today. So I decided that for all of the bikes, they're going to get a front bag. And the front bag is going to be something that can be swapped between bikes easily. So it'll go from one bike to the next bike to the next bike with ease. The whole point of this bag is that it's going to have my tool roll in it, a spare tube, and the pump to pump up the tire should I get a flat. And it's also going to be made out of recycled materials. So the materials on that the bag will be made out of is recycled feed bags. I've got a bunch of chicken feed bags. I got some dog food bags that I've scavenged over the last year or two, and they make great bags. So I'm going to make the Kona a custom frame bag. Current frame bag that's in it was for the other bag. It fits it okay, but it's not perfect, and I think I can do better. So I'm going to put the IKEA frame bag that I made. I made it out of IKEA bags, which is not a good material to make a frame bag out of. It's not waterproof, no matter what anyone tells you. IKEA bags are not waterproof. They're water resistant, but anywhere you've got a seam, water's gonna seep in. You gotta seam seal it on top of everything else. And yeah, so IKEA bags not good. Well, they're good, but they're not great for making a frame bag out of. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna use old feed bags to make these bags. I some picked up some zippers, which are not waterproof zippers, so I'm going to make a little flap maybe that covers them. I might just let it hang out because this bag is not going to probably get as wet as other bags unless I'm in some sort of downpour. So that's why I'm out running errands. So it was a little more fun of an errand than what we've been running, or I have been running as I've been shooting these episodes. And so that is going to mean that I'll have a bag that can move easily between bike to bike. It'll hold my tools. And like I said, because I ride an old bike, it's important that I have tools on me. So, yeah, it's kind of that's the episode. That's what I got to say today. Not a whole lot going on. I'm on vacation still. I got one more day of vacation after today, and then it's back to work. And I think I might ride my bike to work on that day on Wednesday, and then we're gonna find out where my meetings are for the 2 days afterwards as to whether or not I'm going to ride my bike or not. And this is a whole other thing that I got to figure out. So if I'm going to ride my bike to work, and it's closer than where my current workplace is it going to be that I need everything with me? Can I leave the frame bag at home and just bring the pannier? Yeah, anyway, so just sort of like thinking those things out and thinking about like what I need, what I don't need, and all that fun stuff. Something that's cool, I'm looking at my backyard, just pulled into the driveway. Something that's cool is that when I came out into the yard today, to grab the connector, the small rig connector for the camera, I heard this flapping overhead. I looked up and I disturbed a hawk. There's a hawk hanging out in the backyard. He or she, this red-tailed hawk has been just kind of chilling in this neighborhood. And I've noticed that the rat population has dropped. We've got a horrible, horrible rat and rabbit population in my neighborhood. It's been really intense the last like year or two with rats in the hood. And this hawk is kind of taking care of some of those rat issues we've got. They've been very sparse lately, and I'm into it. So that was cool. He's just like, he flew from where I was at. And now he's actually sitting on my neighbor's railing, just chilling, waiting for the rabbits to come out. It's so cool. Hawks are cool. So anyway, that's just like, I've been wondering why the like mourning doves have been like not hanging around. Grackles haven't been around. A lot of the birds have been like, yeah, we're not chilling here. And it's because this hawk has just been hanging out, waiting to eat them. So that's cool. I'll see if I can get some video of him at some point. But yeah, he's just like chilling right here, hanging out, and it's cool. Anyway, with that, thanks, and I'll see you next time. Bye.